What's up, everybody? Clickbait Mills here, coming at you with a brand new insane Valorant video. We have to talk about all of the crazy news that has been happening over the past couple of days in Valorant. We're gonna talk about more agent leaks, Wardell trolling the entire community, and we gotta talk about the fact that C9 Shinobi got dropped from the roster and all the implications involving that. We're gonna talk about the onslaught of CSGO players coming to Valorant, and there's just so much to talk about that I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to fit it in this video. We'll go to the Game Loop website right now in the links down below for in-depth advanced VOD reviews, tips and tricks, in-depth guides. I mean, we got it all on the Game Loop website, so do yourself a favor, go check it out in the links down below. But without further ado, let's jump into the video. Now, the first thing we gotta talk about is revisiting a story about Shinobi on C9, and we talked about how there was a really good chance that he was gonna get dropped from the roster, and it officially happened. Shinobi C9 is no more. For those of you who want some context, Cloud9 didn't actually make it to the First Strike top 8, and as a result, the org was just not happy. They replaced the head coach, and they needed to get someone off the team, as it was clear that the team was just not working well enough to consistently get wins. And Shinobi, being the in-game leader for the team and the one that was performing incredibly poorly in every single game, he's the one that, got dropped as a result. Now, it's looking like a former CSGO player named Leaf will most likely be his replacement going forward, and Vice is confirmed to be the new in-game leader according to Tens on stream. Now, I really assumed that this was going to be Relic because Vice has no in-game leader experience and Relic does. However, even that being said, Tens has said it's been going really well in scrims so far, with Vice naturally fitting into the in-game leader role, but we're gonna have to see if those scrim bucks actually turn into legitimate wins in tournaments. Now, that being said, the big question involved in all this is, will this fix the problems? And it's hard to say if these are the only changes that we're gonna see. Me personally, I would absolutely love a roster like this that has insane talent, especially someone like Tens, to have an in-game leader that is a veteran in-game leader from Counter-Strike. Think about someone like Steel and what he does for the team of 100 Thieves. Put someone that is well respected, well skilled, can frag out and be an amazing in-game leader, and put that person as the center point for the C9 team, and use that person as a sort of direction for Tens to kind of unleash or do what Tens does. That would be something that I would have a lot of confidence in, but putting a brand new in-game leader on the in-game leader role, it just doesn't really make that much sense to me. And I don't think these are gonna fundamentally fix a lot of C9's problems, even with Shinobi gone. In fact, a lot of the strategies that Shinobi did indeed make worked pretty well, so we'll have to wait and see, like I said. But let me know what you think about this entire situation in the comments down below. And Shinobi, I hope you find another team that you can pop off on in the future. Now, Wardell just trolled the hell out of me as I wake up out of bed and I have a bazillion people sending me messages of Wardell doing a twit longer talking about how he was caught cheating, but of course it was a freaking troll and people were just messing with me, including Wardell was just messing with everybody. If this is the story that got you to click on this video, don't blame me, blame Wardell. I got scammazed too, so unlucky for the both of us. Now, for the next story I wanted to break down is runitback.gg actually broke down the First Strike North American Awards, and this was a collection of awards based on statistics and different things from pro players in the First Strike tournament, talking about their performance, and I thought it was pretty interesting. First off, we got to talk about the sniper, which was undoubtedly Wardell, with a total of 77 kills in First Strike, and he had a 9.63 sniper rifle kills per game. Then there's the person that did the best with the rifle in the tournament, which was actually Drone, who had over 15 rifle kills in each and every map he played. I mean, Drone's Phoenix was something that was just mind-bogglingly overpowered when every single time he ulted, if you didn't freaking just run away as an entire team, he would get 2 kills. Legitimately, I'm not even joking. Now, next up, we got to talk about 100 Thieves Asuna, who actually got the Party Starter Award, which means he had the most amount of First Bloods on a single map, having 8 freaking First Bloods. Asuna is a true duelist who never baited. Then we got to talk about Gangsta on Immortals, who got the award for Helping Hand with freaking 13 assists in a single game. The Gunslinger Award goes to Shazam, who had the most amount of average sidearm kills per game at 5. Once again, we have TSM Drone that got the Fragger Award for having the most amount of kills in a single game at 27. But remember, this is only for NA, and EU Scream had like a 35 kill game plus. Someone needs to help that man out. Moving on to the next award, the Punisher was Dicey, who managed to get the most amount of kills with his ultimate at 16 ultimate kills with knives over the course of the tournament. Headhunter back to drone, had 24 headshots in a single game. Jesus, this guy gets so many awards. He's just nutty. And then the last award is kind of a roast, with Subrosa getting the Big Spender award at 84,800 credits over the course of the tournament. But I thought it'd be funny to throw in a couple Gamely First Strike awards as well. The first one is most likely to get memed after the tournament, undoubtedly Hazed for talking trash and losing to a fluke. And then most likely to miss a raise rocket, we gotta roast Subrosa again, because that's just like literally montages of him missing raised rockets over the tournament. And of course, the person that didn't actually get an award, but we legitimately think he should have, was most likely to clutch, which undoubtedly goes to old man Hiko. Hiko just clutched when he needed to. He popped off and led 100 Thieves to the victory. It's just as simple as that. Now, a lot of people have been wondering when the next big tournament is, and it's actually the Jbl Quantum Cup, which is actually today. So if you're not watching it after this video, go check it out. And here are the actual matchups that we're going to be seeing, including a lot of the teams that are in the tournament, because remember, this is a closed invite tournament. You have to specifically get invited, but there's a lot of the heavy hitters in this tournament, and we get to see Cloud9 Blue back in action. I'm sure a lot of people are really anxious to see what their new roster looks like, and I know that they haven't got that much time to practice, so we're gonna have to wait and see on all that one. But it's gonna be an interesting tournament with a lot of people gunning for 100 Thieves, the most recent champion. Now it's looking like Shanks finally put on a shirt and found a team, and is most likely gonna be signed to NRG. And you know, whatever you think about Shanks, Shanks is undoubtedly an insane duelist, an insane opper, and I for one am really excited to see him perform on NRG and just perform going forward. After his actual performance in the Immortals as a fill-in, he played extremely well, just being a random fill-in sub for Immortals. Marv even went as far as to say that they just randomly called him, he was high, and he just drove over, came and top fragged on the Immortal roster. And this guy definitely has talent, so I'm interested to see how he's going to perform on NRG. Let me know what you think about all these stories in the comments down below. Now for the next story, a lot of people are mad at the new night market rollings, where a lot of people are really pissed off because they just got garbage weapons or weapons they didn't want in the actual night market, and we don't get a new night market for freaking 30 days. And a lot of people have been adding suggestions to what they should do with the night market. I personally thought the night market was a lot different based on how they sold it. I thought it was something that we literally paid up front and it like spun a random weapon, which is something that I would personally like a lot more. Give it a little bit of RNG aspect to it. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I saw an even better suggestion about this on Reddit, where they asked, why not allow us to re-roll the night market with raid a night, which is something that I really agree with. I think that would be amazing, give more legitimacy and value to raid a night. So I think that would be awesome. And there was a big Reddit thread where they actually had a questions and answers with the skin developers in the game, and one of the things that a lot of people wanted was a spinning sheriff animation when you whip out the sheriff. Unfortunately, they couldn't talk to the animator because he's on paternity leave, but when he gets back, maybe we're gonna get that sick sheriff spinning animation coming soon. Now, a lot of people have been talking about CSGO versus Valorant and the differences between the games, but a big thing that has happened recently is CSGO is really declining. I mean, it's gotten a pretty big update recently, and there was a lot of people coming back to the game. However, for the long term, especially in the NA scene, the pro scene of CSGO is slowly dwindling, and with Valorant better than ever booming, with a vibrant esports scene, and with Riot behind it, a lot of CSGO players are looking to make the switch to Valorant. On top of that, look at what recently happened with 100 Thieves, with specifically Steel and Nitro, two veterans in the CSGO scene, just making the transition, practicing for a freaking month, and then winning the major. Basically, that raises the jump ship bell right there, where a lot of players in CSGO want to kind of tap in on that action, and they're thinking that the Valorant scene is not that competitive if you're talking about the giant sea of veteran CSGO players that can make the jump and quickly become one of the top players in the scene. Now, that being said, however, I think one of the biggest things that are going to be in high demand going forward are going to be in-game leaders. We talked about that with C9, but just having a really stable in-game leader is going to be one of the most important things, especially someone who has a lot of experience behind them on their belt that they built up in CSGO, and characters or players that are duelists, more mechanically needed people, that doesn't really need to be people from CSGO. And honestly, picking some new up-and-comer who is really mechanically cracked, will just listen to the calls that are being made and can grow with your team, that is probably going to be a lot better for these orgs, because they can pay for them a lot cheaper than dishing out tons and tons of money for people that might not actually pull their weight in that regard. So I'm actually interested, and I also know that a lot of CSGO players will try to make the transition and won't fully make it. It's going to get more and more competitive in this scene going forward, but I'm interested in some of the big names making the switch. We're gonna see a lot of crazy things going forward, some new teams being made, some interesting people moving over. I can't wait wait to see it all happen. Now, the last thing that we're going to leave you on is actually the full body silhouette for the new Agent 14. You can see it here. We only saw the little top of his torso and his body before, but now we get to see his entire body. It looks like he has a really messed up left hand, but the man's got drip as far as I can see. So we're gonna have to see exactly what this agent's gonna be, the Stealth Agent Samurai. I'm super excited for new agents, and I want the full leak to be revealed already. But go to the Game Leap website right now for in-depth advanced guides, tips and tricks, mechanical guides, map guides. I mean, we got it all on the Game Leap website. So do yourself a favor, go check it out right now. But thank you so much for coming by. That's all I got for you today. I love your faces, and I'll see you tomorrow.